Live. This is Renaissanczyk, where messes are still signs of life. I'm going to take a moment to kind of share something that I like to call three fires. It's kind of something I have in my head, in which I contemplate and often kind of see the world through this lens, not limited to, but especially in moments of adversity or struggle, challenges, difficulty, times when I want to feel sorry for myself that I don't have what everyone else has, doesn't feel fair, why me, and so with that, with the three fires, and you have those that are provided for. We're talking like turnkey solutions of the house with an app or a switch or one of those bougie little fake fireplaces. And then for others, you have like what I call like presented. They got the stack of pre-cut wood. In contrast, this person could cook. This person's being served. This person could cook, but they're gonna, Uber Eats. And then over here, you have the people that they find themselves placed. Place being everything in here essentially is available to achieve the same outcome. And so with that, as a perfect segue to my other point is, I look at this as, all, as in we have the same elements or variables in which we coexist in. But the conditions or the state of being, we must assume they're different, especially given one's genesis. And so, point being, when we are brought into this world, some of us, all we know is being provided for. Here or there, everywhere, I don't know. And then here, for others, things are presented to them. Maybe a little bit easier perceivably than those over here that are placed, in which, they call it a struggle or not, but for some it might be rewarding in terms of like less is more. And so, with that being said, it's like, what is equal? What is equitable? What is fair? And thus, when we make judgments based off of perceptions and it creates emotions and feelings, it's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Because everything right here can achieve the same outcome. And this is a metaphor for a lot of things. And unfortunately, while we all don't start with the same deck of cards or dealt the same hand, if you keep playing at the table and you're mindful with your chips, you got no one to hold and fold them, right? And so my point being is, we have those that are provided for, right? They have their resources. There's their propane tank at their house. Here's their switch. Boom. Look how easy that was. And then for others, we have what I call is presented. A microwave, Uber Eats, fire. But that takes a lot less maintenance than this. Anyone that's ever built a fire knows that you have to constantly be feeding it. Right? And I don't expect that to last. And then for those over here, they have a couple of choices. They can either just accept their reality, or they can do something about it. All right? The resources around them. They might have to do some whittling. They might have to do longer days. They might have to do a lot to get to the same outcome. But if there's opportunity, then why does it have to be like that? It might take a long time, and that's all right. And then you think about it, you bring other humans into the world, what you're doing is you're pushing the ball down the field. Oh, look, this person over here is like, oh, that. Because they're like right in the middle. They kind of get it, they kind of don't. But let's say all of a sudden, boom, natural disaster comes, boom, Hurricane Helene, boom. What are the provided ones going to do? What are they going to do? Now, I'm not trying to suggest that they're going to be helpless, but my reality that I'm used to is in extreme adversity, they don't handle well. They take for granted what they have, and when the grid goes down, hurricanes hit, extreme adversity, whatever have you, it really shows. And so meanwhile, over here, the one that's placed over here, use the trash that is left behind. They find a little wood. This guy over here, the one that's presented, comes. And this one, look at all the resources this one has. And they want to eat, just like everyone else. Right? And they want to stay warm. Maybe they want to build a shelter. And then what? What is this person going to do? And it's not a large fire. Let's be honest. Chances are, those that are placed just by default, they're going to say, hey, go on over. And the presented ones are going to be like, all right, cool, let me bring some of my stuff to the party. And the ones that are provided for, I don't know what they're going to do, but they have the same choices as the placed. They can either accept their reality, or they can do something about it. And the chances are, if we make an effort to separate our differences and coexist, we don't need to have 3 fires. We can just share one. And maybe this one over here shakes the bottle and says, hey, can I borrow your stuff? Thank you. And this guy's like, you know what? I'm up and running. Why don't you guys come over and hang out with me? All right. Well, let me go ahead and put this stuff out. And now we have 1 fire from 3 coexisting. So again, where do you find yourself in life? Are you typically the one that's provided for, the one that's presented, or the one that's placed? In what circumstances? How do you go about it? Well, we don't want to what if everything to death. There are some reasonable what ifs that we face on a day-to-day basis. It's the reality. There's a lot of things that we can control and can influence and can. But the things that are in our control, we must own, we must dominate. And we must be mindful, because choices have consequences, good or bad. But 3 fires can always be 1. Coexistence is important. Tolerance. Acceptance is appropriate. And while I'm not out to make this a lecture, it's just something to contemplate, because this doesn't explain and figure it all out. But I've seen plenty of examples like this in life, and I've been the provided. I've been the presented, I've been the place. But what I do is I challenge myself not to forget, because there'll be a day on my lamp for whatever I'm, whether it's driving a vehicle, laundry, finances that I provided for, or I've established, and it's out. And sometimes in certain circumstances I find myself presented, and it's at a crossroads, and I don't know if I'm going to do left or right. And sometimes I'm just in a big field of force of mess. I don't know where to start. But I look at it and I'm like, well, what do I need right now? Well, I hope that tickled the brain a little bit. I've been looking forward to sharing this. If anyone goes past 10, 15 seconds, kudos to you. If you happen to make it through enough that you're like, all right, this is good, great, or awful, share some comments. Like I said, this is a lens in which I frame the world from time to time. And I'd like to hear or message me what you have, because the intent of this is just to foster and nurture and encourage dialogue. All right, this is Renaissanczyk, where messes are still sounds live. Until next time, out.